Welcome to the Team Lawson channel. I'm Theresa.
I'm Mike, and
we're millennials and we're making it. On our channel, we discuss all things that move in the intersection of millennial marriage and special needs parenting.
We want to create a community that's both inclusive and encouraging.
So, go ahead and hit that subscription button and help us reach our goal of making it to 1,000 subscribers.
Also, don't forget to smash the like button to let the algorithm know you think we're awesome.
We are awesome! Baby, you're so cute.
Get away from me.
I love you.
I love you too.
And I'm
Get
very
away from me.
attracted to you.
Get away from me.
So we're going to talk about, we're doing an In the News video today where we talk about trending things in the news that affect millennials, married people, and maybe have to do with special needs parenting. This one we're going to talk about marriage and millennials. Maybe, I think everybody's kind of interested in this, but we're talking about Kanye, Kim, and Pete. My husband does not keep up with pop culture. I have kept up with this because I was fascinated at watching something that happens to women.
I keep up with pop culture. I just ain't keep up with that.
Okay, well, he didn't keep up with them in pop culture. But I was fascinated watching something that happened specifically just to, like, women happen to someone like Kim with so much clout and money and privilege on such a public scale, and like nothing really be done about it until recently. There's been some pushback on it, but like I'll be interested to see what the consequences for his behavior were. Okay, so Kim Kardashian West and Kanye West were married. Boom, right? We know this, right? What I did not know was that Kanye went Deuceville when the pandemic hit. He left Kim and his wife at the house, got him in a house, and
Did you hear what you just said?
Huh?
He left Kim and his wife.
He left Kim and his kids in the house and got him another house in Wyoming, Wisconsin. I feel like it was a state with a W, but I might not be right. But he was not living with them. She was single parenting. And so they ended up getting a divorce. So they ended up filing for divorce. He got a girlfriend. And then with said girlfriend was like, oh, I want my wife and family back. And all of the world was like, what? What happened? And then proceeded to harass Kim on social media for weeks about her not wanting to put the family together. Some of the time he legit had a girlfriend, was going on dates, and was on social media with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Like legit. And so he ended up breaking up with the girlfriend. They ended up splitting up. And Kim starts talking to Pete. You know, Kim did the SNL. He hosted SNL. And she met Pete, who, how did he get on SNL? He's so young.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
You know who Pete is?
No.
I don't really know who he is either, but I know he's on SNL. I don't know where he came from. Like, was he on YouTube or something? I don't know. I don't know what his ascent to fame, but he's on SNL and he's funny. I have no problem with the guy. He has lots of tattoos though. It's kind of he's very like, he gets it, like he's not, anyway. Oh, he was dating. I haven't had with ponytail. What's her name? She's sweet. She has that she was on Disney. Ariana Grande. Yeah, she was dating Ariana Grande.
Okay.
They were engaged, I think. Anyway, so whoa. So Kanye started doing that thing that Kanye does, where like his bipolar 2 disorder starts cutting up, and since he doesn't maybe medicate like he should, he started to kind of spiral on social media, or so we thought, or that's how we excused it. Like, oh, he's losing it. Somebody get him. Somebody get Kanye. And he was putting all sorts of crazy stuff on there, and then it turned. It turned into a more threatening stance. It was, instead of it being cute, oh, he wants to get back together, now it's just harassment. He started airing stuff about his kids that I think in hindsight he would see was more hurtful for his kids than anything else. But you know, hindsight is 20/20. And then he threatened to kill Pete in 2 different videos. They were artistic. They weren't like people acting out, but was it claymation? I think. And so like this is stuff that women deal with quite often when they're trying to leave a relationship that is no longer working.
That's both sides of the coin. They got crazy women out there too that do the same.
Yeah, but it's not as prolific, right? And it's also honestly not as threatening, right?
That's how you feel.
No, it's not as Do you hear of women killing their husbands? You have Elena Bobbitt that made the news. She didn't kill him, but
Where we stay at, yes. I've heard women shooting their husbands. Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to argue that domestic violence is not a two-sided coin. That men and women don't both.
I mean, I'm not going to argue what you're saying. It's more.
Yes, it is more political.
You hear more stories about men doing it, but that don't
because
mean...
You hear more stories because there are 2 reasons. One, because it's more reported in men, and 2, it happens more often and escalates more quickly in men.
Correct.
Okay.
I get that.
And so, when you see a murder-suicide on the news, the murder is the wife, the suicide is the husband. Typically.
That's what they tell you, but unless
They can tell who shot who, because gunpowder residue, who got it on their hands.
Okay.
And so, yeah, and so it got really weird. And then when public figures started being like, "Hey, this is weird, Kanye. This is crossed the line of I want my family back, and I'm doing it. I'm going about it in probably not the best way to." Yeah, in a court of law, when y'all doing
back on, but kill y'all to get y'all back.
They literally like in a court of law, like in a custody battle, like this could be brought forth as evidence of you are not fit to be a parent. What are you doing? Like, what's your end goal here, sir? I think D.L. Hughley said something, and Trevor Noah said something about it.
I did see where he said something about D.L. Hughley, and Steve Harvey was saying to Kanye, "You don't want to mess with D.L. Hughley." Yeah, I guess D.L. Hughley a bad man.
I mean, whatever. And so either way, and I don't think either of the things that I know more about what, because he tends to cut a little deeper and try to be a little more funny, but he normally speaks the truth, right? He may not say it in the most tactful way, but Trevor Noah.
Him and Dave Chappelle the same way.
Yeah.
That's why I like both of them.
I don't particularly like Dave Chappelle.
I love Dave.
But I just had never appreciated his comedy in the way that you do. And he's a bit, I won't say it's transphobic because I don't think that he is transphobic, but it's trans insensitive. I think
he too real for some people, I'll say that.
I think he is too insensitive for some people. Anyway, we're not arguing about him. We're talking about Kim and Kanye Pete. So, Trevor Noah has... D.L. Hughley is doing stuff for black people. He makes no bones about it. He's a black comedian. Do white people appreciate it? Yeah, but it's not for y'all. It is for black people. Trevor Noah is not that way. Trevor Noah is more mainstream. He's on a show that typically has a more white audience. And so the way that he has to approach stuff is differently. And he just approaches stuff differently. He's a different type of comedian. And he said in a very tactful way, hey, he's doing to Kim what happens to a lot of women when they try to leave relationships that are either just not what they want or maybe even abusive. Like, this is a form of abuse. Mm-hmm. Stop. And if he can do it, what's stopping if Kanye can do it? And he does it so publicly. It is on social media. He got kicked off for 24 hours for something he said to Trevor. But if he can do it and get away with it, what's to stop another woman who maybe isn't as public facing from not feeling like her abusive spouse can do it too? What is the recourse for women if this is the unchecked behavior of some men? Mm-hmm. He brought up a really good point. And I think that is kind of more where the conversation has turned more away from Kim and Kanye specifically, because I do think that little statement Kim made about women just need to get off their butts and work. I think that was more about deflecting. She's very tactful, and I think it was more about deflecting the attention from her situation than her actually being as tactless as she was. I think she's savvy, and I think that was intentional. But yeah, like, what is the recourse? Like, what do first of all, do you think that Kanye should be punished for the way that he is behaving towards Kim? Do you feel like it is harassment and abuse? I think it is. Do you feel like it is harassment and abuse that should be punished? And what do you feel like the punishment should be?
I think he going about it the wrong way. Like, understand.
Because he has some legitimate, like, he doesn't want his oldest on social media. Because she's saying, listen, he has some, like, I'm not totally ragging on him. You're about to say he has a particular way, he's going about it the wrong way. He has a legitimate request. He disagrees with, but, like, that's what happens in divorce. You have to come to some sort of agreement. But, like, yeah, go ahead, say what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm done.
I forgot.
No, he's going about it the wrong way. Do you think he's going about it the wrong way?
Yeah, he going about it the wrong way. I think, man, if you want somebody back, man, it's a different.
I don't think he wants her back.
What you think it is?
I think he just doesn't want her with Pete. I think it's more about possession than it is about relationship.
Yeah, that's crazy. He wasting his time. You can't stop him. You can't force nobody to do You can't force nobody not to be with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You left.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, you left.
I mean, even if that was, yeah, he left, but still, like, if you wanted to fix it, man, there's better ways to try. Like, show that woman that you really want to fix it.
I don't think it has anything to do with him wanting to fix it, though.
I understand, but even if you're faking it, you know what I'm saying? At least fake it until you make it. Show the woman that you. I understand, but man, at least show the woman that you want to be with her. Like, you ain't got to be getting on. I wouldn't even get on social media. Like, that's something that me and you can talk to him, over the phone or like in person.
Or through lawyers. If you really don't want to talk to me that bad, tell your lawyer to tell my lawyer to tell me.
Yeah, it's a way to do it. I'm not finna get
Do you think his behavior is abusive and criminal?
Yeah, if you talking about killing somebody.
And I don't understand,
most people who say, I'm going to kill you, and chances are he's going to have, like,
yeah,
I'm going to smoke you.
He's saying that his argument is artistic expression.
I don't agree with it.
But there have been consequences for that. Who was that female comedian that artistically expressed beheading a dummy head of Donald Trump? It was canceled for like 2 years. Griffin? I think it's her last name.
Amy Griffin?
Is that
Amy
her?
Amy Schumer? I don't know.
No, it's not Amy Schumer. It was Griffin, I think. The redhead lady? The older lady, she's redhead? I can't remember. But like, and Kanye literally did the same thing in claymation. Behead Pete in claymation.
But
what?
The difference is Pete ain't no president.
That's true. But he's still a human being.
I respect that.
And that threat I think that threat is still more real than the comedian to Donald Trump.
Donald Trump and Pete put on their pants one leg at a time the same way. Mm-hmm. They both, I get it. But like I said, it's because of the position Donald Trump held, it's different.
Do you think it's abuse?
I just answered that question.
You say
it's
yes?
abuse. You threatening to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You threatening to take somebody's life. You threatening physical harm. Yeah.
Abuse and harassment. What do you think his consequences should be? I genuinely feel like he is going to lose custody of his children. He's going to be the parent that doesn't even have joint custody, that has supervised visitation.
Okay,
if you don't get it together. Because they have too much evidence. Like, it's not like he was doing this under a rug or this. Like, he put it on social media.
Okay, that's respectable. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, yeah, you can do that. But what's to stop me from sending somebody to knock your head off?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, how can you can, no matter what punishment you give him, I still have the ability, whether you put me in jail.
He does. The ability and the money.
And the money.
And I think that's why it's so frustrating that they're not doing anything. Like, if anybody could make good on these threats and like not physically do it, it would be Kanye.
What can they do?
I don't know. Can he go to jail for harassment?
Okay, he got top of the line lawyers. He got money.
He's not going to jail for harassment.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, even if he was to go to jail for harassment,
and like,
he's not
going to be
in there long.
That's the frustrating thing for like women. I know women who are abused by their spouses, who are afraid to file for divorce because they don't want to go through this.
I understand that. I mean,
and so they still have, even though they're maybe separated or something. Sometimes they still live together, but even though their lives are not interwoven in the way that most marriages are, like they're separated or whatever, like they still have to deal with their spouse in a way they wouldn't if they were divorced and they didn't have all those shared assets. And they're afraid to do it because crazy. That's real life.
Yeah, I look at it like this. Like, the first time I get abused by you, it's a done deal. Like, I forgive you, but it's over with. I'm not finna deal with that. Like,
I'm not gonna hit you. I just want to kiss you.
No, but I'm
gonna
just.
Get you a little bit.
Bruh, I'm being for.
Okay, sorry.
So I mean,
seriously.
Because like I say, even if you be, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again. No, you probably gonna try to hit me upside down with a frying pan again. It's a done deal.
I think that's the easy.
Let's go ahead and sign these paper. Man, forget that. I think
that's the easier thing to say as a man than as a woman.
A woman could do that.
A woman could do that, but we've talked about the disparity between the actuality of continued violence in men and women. It is more likely that a husband or an ex-husband would be violent, especially if they're already abusive, than it is for a woman to continue to be violent after the marriage. It's just...
There's plenty of ways you can a woman could set that up.
What?
First off, I'm finna call the police. If I'm a woman, I'm calling the police.
It's hard to get a restraining order. It's
restraining order.
They're not going to jail. That's just it. Men who abuse their wives often don't go to jail, and they don't go to jail for long because you have to have proof. And it's he said, she said. These are often very intimate. This is very.
If this woman got ooey knots on her head and her nose busted, and you look at him and he ain't got no damage with everything.
It don't matter. It does not matter. If she is not calling the police every time and the police are witnessing the altercation, like there has to be evidence, and he's not going to jail just because a woman is abused doesn't mean the man is going to face consequences. And we have seen.
There's evidence. Look at his hands. His hands going.
Michael,
have he been punching on that?
That is circumstantial. It is not. It is not enough of an evidentiary appeal to have somebody. It happens. The thing is, it happens over and over and over and over and over again. Women are like, "Hey, I want to leave. This man is abusing me. Can I get a restraining order?" No, you didn't call the police enough times for us to believe. You know what I mean? Or protective order. I don't think they call them restraining orders anymore. To say that we are so opposed to violence within relationship, where it's man or woman, the consequences are so few and far between and often light, it doesn't deter someone from actually being abusive, and it ends up escalating.
You got different ways to handle it.
Oh Lord, why it sound like you're trying to order a hit on somebody?
I ain't gonna order no hit. You can do the hit yourself.
Oh my God. Comment down below, guys. What do you think Kanye's punishment should be, or do you feel like he should be punished at all? Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video before we incriminate ourselves.
God bless you.